Hi, everyone. My name is Tere Lanzagorta. I am the General Director of Youth Bill in Mexico. Thanks to present to you our program, Jóvenes con Rumbo program. We think that every young people deserves opportunities to build their own life pathways while fully exercising their rights. The problem in Mexico, as in many countries in the world, is the inequality between youth. 11 million youth have not finished their basic education, and this triggers a serious economical, social, and professional vulnerabilities. Women have higher problems, less incomes in the jobs, and many barriers to have a better life. The most serious of the consequences of this situation is death. Murder rate for youth who did not complete primary school is 64 per 100 inhabitants. And it drops to 7.2 for those who has studies until university. As I said, young women are most affected. Now, with the situation of the pandemic, we are living terrible consequences. In Mexico, 55% of the formal jobs we lost in the first 2 months of the pandemic were youth under 29 years old. I also want to say that we are working with youth that are disconnected of schools, that live in poor communities and communities affected by violence, youth that also some of them has had problems with the law and has been private of their liberty. Peace and global governance are only possible in inclusive societies. If we don't guarantee decent work, education opportunities, democratic institutions, and human rights, we will continue having the drug trafficking, forced immigrations, poverty, and inequality. Youth are not only our future, they are our present. We owe them opportunities to their personal and professional growth. I'm going to talk about our program, Jóvenes con Rumbo, and try to present to you what are we doing and what this program is achieving. We create a program that achieves to attract and engage youth in disadvantage, awake their interest, and really involve youth. They achieve to retake studying, prepare for jobs, and they design plans for the future in their families and in the communities. Our model is based on the decision of each young person to participate and to be committed with the program. The program is focused on social inclusion, employability, and continued education. All of this needs to be sustained on the strengthening of youth leadership capacity and enable them to transform their lives and their communities and to be recognized as positive members for change. This model provides youth with 21st century employability skills that are the key for the economic recovery that the world needs in the post-COVID area. Also, we have launched a public policy second chance program for youth over 18 years old who cannot continue in regular school system to study and to obtain the high school diploma. This is a very new program in Mexico, in my country, that we have launched and that we are having a very good results. This program is a multi-sector initiative. We used to work with private sector, with employers. We need to know the real needs of the employers. We work with the public, with the 3 levels of government, federal, state, and municipality level. And we work with local NGOs, specialists in youth that have been working with them for several years. Our program has been evaluated. We have had an external evaluation, RCT evaluation, with control groups for comparison, and we have had very good results, mostly in the soft skills that our students develop during the program. We also have measured the position that our alumni has and the higher rates of salaries if we make a comparison with other students that have not had this opportunity. Here you can see our results in our program. What we want for the future? We want to scale up our program because these 8 years of experience has teach us that this is possible, that all youth can develop the intelligence they have, and they only need a support. We want to replicate our program around our country and also in the Latin American region. In this space, in this forum, such important space, we want to talk to the stakeholders in the world. We urge the world to open the doors to all youth and to include them in the construction of new and more inclusive governance to prevent further social deterioration and inequality. Thanks. I am open for the questions. So if we can start the conversation. ¿Qué tenemos?
So we las actividades culturales y deportivas, also on activities, and then the mental toughness, especially the mental toughness.
Okay, I will answer a question that is more about how we can motivate the youth persons that are in disadvantage in the neighborhoods. I have to say that we used to do a lot work in the streets, in the communities, and to go to make a good contact, a good relation with them, so that they can feel trust in us. This is, for me, the first very important thing, that the young people can feel trust in our educators. The second thing I can say, of course, we start from the youth interest and the youth expectatives. And we use sports and cultural activities, of course, because are very important for youth. and another kind of activities that works to engage them. And our program is a very comprehensive program, intensive program, in which before the pandemic, the students used to be with us every day from Monday to Friday, each day 6 hours, in a kind of alternative school. But now with the pandemic, we are working through the internet, in a distance education way. But we know that we need to have a very close relation with them if we want the young people to stay in the program. We use different strategies for invite them to belong to Jóvenes con Rumbo. And I think that the most important issue during the program that make the youth to stay with us the 6 months or the 8 months we are working with them is the personal attention that we do. Our program is based in the good relation between the educator and the student. A deep relation that can help the young to feel trust and to feel trust in themselves so that they can grow as person and they can do many things for the community and for the society.
Otra? If we encourage the support between youth?
Okay, the second question is about how the program is doing the relation between youth. I can say that this is very, very important. They grow because of the relation with peers, and in our program, this is a big component. I can say that every day we start the sessions with what we call the circle of trust. That means that the students start talking about them, about their lives, about their feelings, about their problems in family, in the community, about their dreams also. This is very important for youth. And among the group, they create a very strong relation and they support one to another's. And the problem of one person becomes the problem of the group and they support them. So every day they have this circle of trust and they can find in this circle of trust the solution for their personal problems and for the community issues and for the family problems. And we also think that what youth in disadvantaged needs is adult persons that can listen them, that can understand them, and that can make bigger their opportunities, their vision, their life. So I can say that. But the relation between peers is very, very, very important in our program.
How do we support women who tackle the issues, specific?
Our target population, we have more women than men in my country. I mean that the disconnected youth from the school or jobs are more women than men. And this is a cultural problem. This has different reasons, different causes. Our program is serving 60% of women, or between 60 or 65% of women. And of course, to start working with them, open another kind of needs, because most of them are already mothers. They have 1 or 2 or 3 kids, and we don't have in the poor communities centers to take care of the kids, and many times they have to do double to stay in our program and at the same time to take care of their kids. And we have we used to seek for childcare services where available and have included children in our centers when it's possible, when it's impossible for them to find care centers. We develop skills for the women particularly, so that they can get jobs. And also we are making a big effort for self-employment for women that have impossible to go to a formal job. I can say that, and I can say that for us, for me and for my team, we have big challenges with the women that we know we have to work more to solve those situations for that the women are having. Another thing?
How do we engage with the private sector? Speak about the volunteer program.
Okay, I will talk about how we work with the private sector, which is another question. We work a lot with private. In each community, in each city, we have our Jóvenes con Rumbo program. We have a network with the employers. We work with the private sector. We study the real needs of the private sector to hire people. And we connect our technical training with the real needs of the employers in the local communities. And also we are working with more than 100 companies in their social responsibility. We have a big program that we call Mentores con Rumbo in Spanish, because our program is Jóvenes con Rumbo, Mentors with Rumbo. That means a new way to understand the voluntarism inside the companies. That means that people working in a company can give time to our students, can support our students in the phase that they are looking for a job, and they help them to get a job. We make constantly evaluations of our relation with the private sector, and we every day are open more alliance with employers, and we know we have to be an answer for their problems in hiring new people to work. Now that we are in this world crisis of COVID, we are trying to participate in the recovery of the economy, talking with the private sector and studying which areas of the economy can have a best recovery, and working with them and asking to them not to close the doors for youth, but to open the doors for disadvantaged youth. It's what I can say. We are working now an initiative with a network in Mexico that we call the 10 Golden Rules for Stop Discrimination Hiring Practices with Youth. What we have learned this year is that the employers and in general the society in Mexico, many times we don't see, we are not conscious of how we have repeat discrimination practices to youth in the moment that they are looking for a job. So we want to change the culture. We want to change the way to see the disadvantaged youth in the employers, in the companies, and in the governments, and to work very hard so that they can change these practices, so that we can have a more inclusive world for youth in decent jobs.
We plan to replicate in other countries, and what are the main challenges?
Youth Build Mexico belongs to a global network, Youth Build International, and we are working already at least in 23 countries with this kind of program, and with some difference from one country to another, because we adapt to the situation, to the culture, to the youth. But of course, we would like to go all around the world, and we think that our model works and has demonstrated that we have results. And in Mexico, we would like to go in all our country. And the way we do is that we select NGOs partners that can belong to our network, and they can apply our model they can operate our model in the communities, and Youthville Mexico compromised to give them the model, the tools we use, the standards we have, the alliance we do, etc. So we work with many NGOs, and we would like to work with more. So this is the way we would like to grow our impact. And the second that I want to say is that we would like that our program becoming a public program. I mean, we have been all the time talking with the authorities, with the government, and trying to improve the programs that we have already, to improve them and to make them work for these disadvantaged youth. And to improve, to make systemic change in the training and in the placing jobs for disadvantaged youth. And we have worked in Latin America as Youthville. We have partners already partners in Central America, but we are open and we would like to share our experience, all that we have learned with Central America, of course, which are our neighborhoods, and with all Latin America. And Youthville Mexico can do that, can make alliance, can make agreements with NGOs or with private sector or with governments that help us to do that. You can see our ¿Dónde viene? Okay, excuse me. And the question is,
what are the main challenges
Yeah.
to replicate?
The main challenges to replicate our model is the funds. I would like to make a call for foundations, for social responsibility areas in companies, because I think that this big problem that the youth have and our country have, because it's not a problem of youth, it's a problem of the country, of the countries, of the world, has to be faced with the participation of all the funders, the employers, the governments, and the NGOs. So I think that the big challenge has been the donations for that, and now we have to work harder because of COVID. COVID and the contraction of the economy are not creating new jobs for now. We need urgently to start thinking in the recuperation of the economy. But I would like to say that if we don't think in the inclusion of youth with disadvantage, this will not work. So this is my answer. I don't know if I have more questions here or something else to say. I think I are almost on time. No more questions. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you for the opportunity to be in Paris in this way. And we are sure that after that, we will have more connections, more alliance in Mexico and in other countries. And we are open to talk and to continue talking with the NGOs or governments or foundations that have interest in support youth in the world. Thank you very much.